Hello and welcome to the Wednesday weekly roundup thing that I do on a... Hello, why has that not worked? Why has it not switched? Switch camera, please. Oh, switch camera. Can you see me all? Let me know, because YouTube is being weird. Look. You can all see me. For some reason, my software is crashing. Evening all, how are you all doing? There are 14 people watching and 5 likes. Wow, that's the most I've had in a while to start a show. So thank you for joining me tonight. Can you all hear me as well? Let's do the quick basics of can you hear me, can you see me kind of thing. Because I've had a week. Hey, brilliant. Thank you for that. How are you all doing anyway, though? Are we all good? Are we all doing well? The background is black because I haven't turned the light on. Give me a moment. How about that? Yeah, the background is a bit dark tonight. I've gone for like a one light setup because I have been playing around with setups today. While I've had the chance. It's no, I can't hear you. Okay, for thingy. Yes, so background behind me is thingy, but you're not here to look at the background. You're here to look at me and listen to me talk about Wednesday. And all you lot talk about Wednesday too. It's been an interesting week talking about Wednesday. We've had Ipswich fans doing their usual moaning about stuff, so it's been...
Oh, he's a Wednesday fan. We can't have him refereeing the game. Oh, let's get him gone.
And they got their wish, which is annoying, but hey-ho. It's not like a couple of weeks ago he refereed the Atkinson Stanley Plymouth game and didn't really give an advantage, but hey, was I here last time when I had a haircut? Because if I wasn't, the mohawk is back. My other half did a cracking job, I'm not going to lie. Absolutely smashed it. But yeah, it's been interesting. I'm getting really sick and tired of Ipswich fans now. They're really starting to do my head in a little bit. Because they complained about a lot of things recently, and it just seems like everyone seemed to like licking the backside and giving them what they want. So it kind of do my head in. And I said before, Twitter just sounds like
this. It just sounds like people moaning in a high-pitched voice.
It done my head in. But I have to be on the Twitter to check everything and sort things out. But we have a bit of news on the whole situation with strikers. I think we should buy another striker to play Smith or Windass if they're injured. Smith is a difficult one. He's on a 3-year contract. Smith is on a 3-year contract, and we're going to talk about Windass because he fits into the players of... he kind of fits into the players of who I want to talk about, actually, because he's out of contract in the summer, even though we have an option on him. So I wouldn't mind wanting to have a talk about his contract. I've got all the players who are out of contract up as well. I'll just put it on the iPad so I can see it for when I switch. I have got a new monitor coming. If people were asking about... Someone was asking the other day, did I get a monitor? Yes, my good friend Dino had one for sale, so I bought it off him. So I've got a monitor coming, so hopefully that should solve some issues. But 18 people watching, 7 likes. Let's get the likes up. If you want to support the channel, there are super chats and there are super thanks. And if you want to become a member of the channel as well, I will be doing membership. There'll be membership $4.99. It'll be trucking, it'll be streaming games, it'll be a tour of this place. Because you have to remember, I don't stream I stream away from where I am now, so this will be good as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the whole situation, because Smith is a good player, but you need someone at the side of him. And Wilkes, it's such a shame that Wilkes had got injured again, because I thought in that period that he played, he absolutely rocked it. He absolutely rocked it, and he was doing really well. He was doing that dirty work of pressurizing someone really quickly and making a mistake. You can tell he's not played in a while because a striker who had a little bit more about him would have been able to like do well and like take those chances. You could tell he was just not confident on some of the shots, even though he's doing really well with how he's doing. Let's have a look at here. Argyle fans officiating the Switch game tomorrow. Oh God. Really? Is he actually an Argyle fan? Oh, that'd be funny if he is, Steve. How are you, mate? Got players injured now, sweating. Yeah, we'd have players injured all season, though. It's how we deal with it. Only time Wednesday fans moan if when due position happen, like the Oxford penalty. Yep. He will be off. We think it if the unmentionable happens. I don't think so. I actually think he's quite happy here, Barry. You're on about Windass. I actually think Windass will stay. I think some players like where they are, and I think for Windass, he hadn't had it where he felt as loved as he is here, apart from when he's at Rangers, and I think he seems like he's matured a bit. How did Wilt get injured again? Muscle injury, mate. It's like he just overstretched or went for something. It's just a muscle injury again. And it's like what Darren Moore said in his press conference today. His press conference was very telling and very interesting today for a couple of reasons. Because it spoke about the injuries. It spoke about what we thought the injuries might look like and how they might go forward. And it'll be interesting to see what that does next, because they have said they want to like investigate it to a point, but I think they've investigated as much as they can. Smith is not an aerial player for me. Better with feet. He is if you get the balls into the right area, but I think if you can get Smith the ball to feet, he is better. I will agree with you there. Do I think Alf will be top? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I'm taking it game by game. I'm not being. It sounds like a bit of a cop out, but I'm not being like drawn to anything now because it's going to be so close to go. Wilkes should be back for the Bristol Rovers game, hopefully. So it's like he's literally out for a week, which is about it. Let's have a look. Ipswich have got injured players now and they're sweating. I mean, right, Ipswich have got players. I know Plymouth did, and I think he's back. Smith is 30. Why did we give him a 3-year contract? Good agent. That's all I can think of. It's a good agent. Sometimes good agents get good players. Let's have a look. Well, he was being ragged all over against Aki. I think Patterson stuff was right. Yeah, it was. To be fair to him, he was doing all the work you expect Wilk to do and then some, and he was really looking decent. There are 10 likes on the channel and 20 of you. Please get them up. But the thing is, Patterson came on and gave us that other dimension that we missed. And we really did miss him a lot. Windass, where's the comment from Darren Moore earlier? Because there was a comment earlier. Because Windass, he said, it sounds like with everything that's going with the injury, she'll be back soon. Where is it? Because he mentioned it. Because he mentioned about Windass in the press conference earlier. I was traveling when the press conference happened, so I was a bit out of the loop. I heard bits of it. Let me have a look. Where is it? Darren Moore delivers. Injuries. Windass. With Josh, we're hopeful to expect him with it. With Josh, we're hopeful and expecting with him to be back with us soon. It probably longer for George, really. We can't risk him, but we're treating we are treating Josh's symptoms. If they improve within a day, we can get him back in training. So for me, it sounds like we're getting very close to it now, him being back. It's getting closer and closer. There's a young striker that is like that Charlton striker, 19 years old. You can find me a name, that'd be brilliant, Rob. And then I know who you're on about. Punk, what's your ideal lineup for next season? I don't know. It depends what squad we've got, because we do have a full 11 out of contract in the summer. Also, do you want to quickly show you this, because this is really cool. I have a new setup in the studio, and this is really cool. So if I go to this, This should work. No, not that. I turned. Hang on. So, I have a really cool thing where my phone can connect to my computer and have another setup here. So I'm thinking about mounting a mount mic. Got another setup here, another bit. This is where I'm going to do my short videos. This is a different kind of setup, and I like the idea of this. I don't know if anyone else does, but that's the plan. The plan is to mount another mic underneath, and I've got another setup here. It's rather cool. It's something I've been playing with and working out today. So I have a video a place where it's all set up to do shorts and stuff for YouTube Shorts, or if I want to just randomly do a video standing up and not sit down the entire time, I can do it up there. So it's brilliant. I like the idea. It's really coming together. I know that was a little bit unprofessional for me to do, but I like the idea. It's coming together. But we've got some good stuff coming forward. That's a lot. Backinson played okay. Backinson really played okay. Backinson came on and actually did the job I was hoping for. Yeah, he was really starting to look very good. I'm really impressed with how Backinson played that game. But he needs to kick on. It needs to be constant now when he comes in. Because you've got to think, right, Airs own the Eagle want to get straight to it, so we will get straight to it. So, these contracts who are out of contract are coming from that dry contract, Miles Laburnum. Oh, he would be good. He's very good. Liam Palmer for player, yeah, I'll take that. Palmer been cracking. So players who are out of contract. So before I do anything, I need to change my screen. So I now can't see the stream. So if we go here, hang on. Why my bookmarks? I don't like my. Wouldn't show them. Right. We go here. So these are all the players we pretty much got contracted to us. And it's a very small squad. So I'll wait to see if this pops up. My issue is I won't be able to see chat a moment. So give me a moment. It should pop up now. Let's see if it works. There we go. So these are all the players who are out of contract in the summer. They're all the players basically. This is what we got to work with going forward. Excuse me. So if you look here, we're not sure about David Stockdale. I think David Stockdale was a 1-year contract. As you see here, Stockdale. A Wickway, not sure. Ben Hennigan, I believe, was a 2-year contract. Wilkes is a bit longer. We look here. Flint on loan. He'll go back or we'll sign him. Reece James will go back or we'll sign him. Right. If you have a look at this then. Hang on, that's why. Let's get this so I can have the filters to the channel filters. All messages. There we go. So, as you can see here, we have got these are all the players pretty much who are on our books at the moment. Not including some youngsters. Right? So, these two will be going back. Jack Hunt is out of contract. I don't think he's getting another contract, to be honest with you. Liam Palmer's out of contract. He will definitely get one. I can see him definitely getting one. Maybe 2-year deal. Patterson, I want him to have a new contract. I think he offers us something that we're missing. And I think in the championship, he'd be very good indeed. And he's only 28. Lee Gregory, one that I'm not sure about. The part of me that says yes to a new contract. The part of me that says no to a new contract. It's an interesting one with Gregory. I'm in two minds. It's more to do with how old he is. 34 is an age. I think we should sign everyone a new contract. It's a good shout though, mate. Considering we're going to need players and backup. Of course, our status. Of course, our status and this will decide what we do with players. Yeah, it will. But there's certain players that we know who will probably be here, like a Liam Palmer. Josh Windass has got an extra year. So Windass having an extra year option will probably already trigger that. We've got Lee Gregory, who's out of contract. Dominic Iorfa, on his day, he's great. And I think he's good. It's what we can do next. Ian Lee, how are you, mate? Marvin Johnson, you've got left midfielder. He's not bad. 32. Would you want to see Marvin Johnson win a new deal? He had done well. When in championship, our players have more time on the ball and will be beneficial for them. Granted, we are talking about this, but I want to make it very, very clear. Like crystal clear. We're not there yet. But these are the players who are out of contract. Joe Byers, I want a new contract. I'm just worried that he might want to go elsewhere if we don't go up. I definitely want Joe Byers on a new contract. It's another massive weekend, mate. Where are you this weekend, Lee? What ground are you ground hopping to this weekend? I know he's put it in the chat that I'm in with you. I just can't remember. I've had a long day. Jaden Brown. Do we give Jaden Brown a new deal? He has come on and looked good, but he needs to be... we need to start looking at left backs as a priority next season because we're not blessed with them. Pacey left backs at that. He's out of contract. Adeniran's out of contract. Fizz, as we know, is out of contract. And then you've got Barry Bannon, Will Vogt, Cameron Dawson, Backinson, Smith, and Femiwu are all in contract till the following season. You're only going for their chippy, aren't you? You're just going for their chippy. You don't want to go for the game. You just want to go get some good chips. I think Joe's loved the club and he will stay either way. I get the feeling he will. And I think his family really bought into the club as well. You've seen some of the stuff his dad posted and how he reacts on Twitter. I think that, well, the only thing you've got there is who is his agent, who advised him, what advice does he take from certain people. And I think that's the one thing you've got to do. We've had it before where we've seen players take advice from not the right people. And it's interesting. This squad needs strength if we go. Oh, God, yeah. The thing is, what you've got is if we go up, the big thing you've got, if we go up, it needs a massive rebuild anyway in the summer. I'll go back to that in a minute. If we go up or go down, we need a massive rebuild anyway. Whatever the weather. That's the thing. If we stay in League One, we need a rebuild. If we go to Championship, we need a rebuild. Both seasons need a rebuild. So it's an interesting one. Let's have a look. This squad needs strengthening if we go. Oh, definitely. Can't see Fifth staying or would have signed by now instead of dragging out. Yeah, Fifth is an interesting one. You can tell Darren Moore's at time is a little bit frustrated with him. And you do get the feeling that Darren Moore wants to see more and he's not getting it yet. And when are you going to have that thing? Where you're going to have that situation? Where, when is it going to come good? And on his day, he can look... When he started really well at the start of the season, that should have been his thing to push on. Like, properly push on and go for it. And we haven't seen that pushing on. It kind of flat now. It's kind of gone really stale with him, which is annoying because you're seeing all the good aspects he can do. Like, really good things he can do. But he's not knocking on that door to try and, like, get Will Vokes out of the team. I don't know his own Eagle. I've had this one before about Clark Harris. And I've said Clark Harris hasn't really done it at Championship level. If we go up, he's not done it at Championship level. He's always been a really good League One player. His Championship level isn't great. Eldano, when you talk about Chansey will have to get his hand in his pocket if we go up, he has got his hand in his pocket this season, and I understand what you're saying. We need to spend a bit more. But at the same time, I think Darren liked to hit a set of... I think Darren liked to hit a set of what his budget is. And it's all right saying Chansey will need to put his hand in his pocket. He's already putting his hand in his pocket by doing wages. Let's just remember that. It's not just all... it's not all like how it is. It's one of those things where he had put his hand in. Dell for me, he can kick on, but his head got turned too quick. I think he was thinking, I can go here and play this kind of football instead. And he's not there yet. He needs to develop again. So it will be interesting to see what Darren Moore does here, because I'm very conscious about how they're going to do it. Yeah, McGuinness, get back. I completely understand that. Clark Harris, not really. We do need to look at younger players. And at the start of the season, Deck pulled me up on this on the podcast. I said I wanted experienced players, and I got that. But I want a mix of both. I wanted a mix of experience and youth. And we've done that in sections, but not properly. If we can do that next season, it'll be better. Because if we can start, and especially if we can start using our own youth. So not having to get someone out on loan. Someone who come through our academy. And it's our player that we're doing. So we don't have to do it, and then we do it that way. I understand that, but we will need to spend money. Hopefully more knows sometime. Thing is, Dano, Darren Moore contacts are really good. In the summer, we nearly got the Salford striker who went to West Brom, and I've forgotten his name, and I've used him as an example recently. That was nearly a done deal for him. What's his name? Asante, I think it is. Brandon Thomas Asante. We nearly got Brandon Thomas Asante in the summer, and then West Brom came sniffing. So it kind of killed it. In January, we had Tom Cannon lined up to come. The Everton loanee at Preston. Look at how well he is doing at Preston right now. Look at what we could have got if we managed it. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's one of the things we had some players lined up to get in January. And some of the times it was trying to... The January transfer window this season was weird. Because there was a World Cup in the middle of it, at the season, there was a lot of players who didn't know what was going to happen. There were a lot of clubs that didn't know what they were going to be doing because of the players that they were having to bring in. They didn't know who was going to be fit after the World Cup. So there was a lot of clubs who weren't willing to let people go out on loan until right near the end. I've said it on the Talking Wednesday, and I've said it in some of my videos, and I'll say it here again. The only mistake for me where we could have done with keeping a player was Mighton. Mighton was a season-long loan. If we right now, where we've had these injuries and we've been struggling for pace, he would have been ideal while we were waiting to get player back, just to play him a bit, because he was starting to look good. I think if we win the championship, we'd get the players. 100% Lee. I 100% believe if we're in the championship, we get those players and it's not an issue at all. I think it's a no-brainer. It's a done deal, all done. Let's have a look here. Hit the like button. Yeah, please. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe. I much appreciate it. But Lee does ground hopping videos. He's a Wednesdayite. Please go subscribe to his stuff. He's really cracking it out at the minute. Also, if you want any artwork doing for the channel, in the link of all my videos, there is Goose Creative Lee. He did the owl. He did my complete rebranding. Please go to him and get some artwork done by him. He's really good at what he does. Attention to detail. He'll go through you with what you want and how you want it. Really good. Please go send more work to his way. He deserves it. Why don't the players clamber to come to ours? Mate, Barry, I'm going to say this very, very simple. Tom Cannon, Asante were all but done. Championship club came in. When a championship club comes in, even if a deal's nearly over the line, League 2 club will go for the West Brom because they can offer a little bit more money than us. Yes, I've seen people say, look at Sunderland. They got, they're not Sunderland, Ipswich. They managed to get Broadhead from Everton for 1.5 million. It's one of those risks you take. And players have come to Wednesday because they want to play at Wednesday. Mighton did nothing. Last couple of games, he was looking better. But I'd rather had Mighton on the bench for all the time when we've had the injuries of someone who can come on. The thing is, we weren't at our limit for loans. Like last season, we hit our limit for loans. I don't understand why you send back a player you got for the season unless you're not feeling comfortable that you're not going to play him every game. And it could be that kind of thing. Bailey Peacock-Farrell, he's just gone up. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you look at someone like a Will Vokes. Will Vokes had offers in the championship to stay at the championship. He came down to Wednesday. So you're going from this whole thing, we should have player clambering to come to ours. People look at league positions. People look at what kind of football they're going to be playing week in that league. And there's some players who will want to go test themselves at the higher level. So you're Asante, you're going from League 2 to Championship. You want to double that. And probably West Brom could have paid a lot more wages than we could. Let's be honest, it's West Brom. Even though West Brom finances, now looking at it, don't look stable at all. It looks a bit in trouble. If they don't get promoted this season, you could see a fire sale there. So you never know. We might go back in for him in the summer if they need to get rid of players. The thing is, there have been players who have come to Barry who want to be at Wednesday. Crowd side count too, yeah. I remember back in the day that Alex Ferguson would always prioritise a Man United player to Sheffield Wednesday at times because of the crowd it would get in, because the crowd would be on the backs, because how much we would get in attendance. He would want to see how they handled in that pressure. And he would always use as a good example to get players on loan there because they could always perform at a higher level. Crowd size makes a difference. How much you can spend on wages. What the relationship with the gaffer you just have when you've had the conversation. There's a lot of things. You got to remember, in the summer, Darren Moore was very much on the mindset of, well, if you want to come to Wednesday and be here, be here. The 21 viewers, 15 likes. Please give that like button a smash. I much appreciate it. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do if you're not already. I'm on 2,370 something. I'd like to get to the 400 mark by end of the season if I can. That would be a really good thing to do because the channel's just growing. And I thank you all for watching and paying attention to it. I know the preview's not done well today, but it's a preview. Previews on the channels are weird because they sometimes do really well or really badly. So yeah, I'm never sure on preview. Matt reviews do well, but the thing is, there's a lot of things that go into coming to Wednesday. The agent, the player. There's what the relationship with Darren Moore is like. Like I said, Darren said, if a player was like, I'll think about it, it wasn't the right person because you don't want to have a player thinking about it. If you've done your sale pitch and they're going, I'm thinking about it, that means you aren't convinced them. You don't want, it'll be like, well, you don't want to be here. Let's not waste each other's time. Let's just let you go to where you want to go. Hey, Baz Returns, how are you, mate? Hey, Bob, how are you? So it's one of those things that I think when in the championship, Darren Moore's pulling ability in players will be a lot better. Because you'll get teams who'll want to send players to a size of Wednesday with the crowd. to come and see how they react. You got to remember, Darren Moore's an ex-loan manager, like he said this week. So that helps him know what to get forward, who he could talk to. He knows what a loan player needs to do. And I think it's one of the things you have to consider what all the situations are. So let's talk about the the referee for the Ipswich game. It's been changed. Let's just keep it at that. They changed it. It's been changed over. It's been all done and dusted because the referee was a Wednesday night. Now, for me personally, I would have liked to. For me, it just screams like they don't trust him. They don't trust the referee at all, and that kind of done my head in a little bit because I like that to happen to help people. Yeah, it's just a weird one because it just screams to me that they don't trust him, and I don't know. It's that thing. I don't like the idea of them like not thinking anything. I think DM is largely pretty sappy about whether any player they committed to the calls or not. That's why you rejected Hector, for example. Exactly. I think Darren Moore is a cracking judge of character and people. And I think that's why certain players who we said, we have fans have gone, we should get him. And then Darren's met him or something's, they've had a conversation, Darren's gone, maybe you're not the right fit. Because I've seen people say, why didn't Darren just sign players in January? Why didn't we just get anyone in? Like, well, if you bring anyone in, you're going to have issues. Like, that could upset the apple cart. And do you want to be the player that upsets something that's going on? Not bad, mate. Us in the Championship going to be able to get a ton better player, better loans and player through the door. Definitely, but we're not there yet. The thing is, I'm taking it one game at a time. And I've been like that for most of the season. The big game tomorrow, so you're going on Rival Watch. Exeter versus Plymouth. We need a result there. Charlton need to do the result a favour versus Ipswich. Barnsley have got Forest Green. If Barnsley win that, I think Forest Green are all but down. We got Burton. Not an easy game. Oxford have got Bolton. So, interesting games there. We need to win tomorrow. End of. 84 points. It's fine. We have secured pretty much a playoff spot now. But we don't want playoff. We want to go Porton at it. Come on, Exeter. Exactly, mate. And I've got some Plymouth fans who watch this. So, sorry, mate. I know you won't like it, but I need Exeter to do me a big solid. But we got the thing is that, yeah, we've had more injury blows this week. And it's not what you want to hear. But that's been the whole premise of our season. Injury blow after injury blow after injury blow. And what have we managed to do? We've managed to counter that and just carry on going. Like, and keep going. You look at what we can do. Hopefully, like, we've got a whole thing. Michael Smith is back for tomorrow's game. By the way, if anyone's not watched it yet, please go and watch Darren Moore's interview he did for Guy. Really good. And also a good interview with Callum Patterson earlier today as well. I also do have something with Patterson coming soon, actually. Not with the player itself, but I'll show you when it turns up. I think, let's have a look here. Patterson was asked about Clinton promotion final in 2018. I'll unsubscribe. Careful, we hate them. You hate United supporters. Shrewsbury instead. If the shoe was on the other foot, mate, you want us to lose to them if it would cause us an issue. But I know what you're saying, mate. So Patterson was asked about promotion. He said, I think we needed a point to go up and Reading needed a point to stay up. So less about that, better. Hopefully it don't come down to why this season we can pull away in these last 5 games and get the job done. There's some big teams in this league. It's tough. People underestimate it, but the standard is very good and it shows how well they've done. I came here knowing it was a massive club, thinking we'd stay up easily. He reflects about the first campaign at club, but then points out getting away from us, and it wasn't able on the last day thing, which is a whole thing. If anything, it made me hungrier to get back up the league last year and disappointed in the players. And now it's our turn. We need to nail the last few results and get back up here. So here we go. Patterson was also quizzed about his future. He added, for me, it's been on the back burner. I've been injured, so I'm just focused on getting back on the field. Helping the boys, some wins. We finished 5 games less than 1 promotion on my CV. See what happens for them. Focusing on the game. If it goes well, then hopefully it'll go. Anything else will go well. And when asked if he would be open for extending his stay here, I'll be more than happy to stay here. Because he's been here for 4 years, which is something I completely forgot about. He's been here for ages. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like when Callum Patterson's interviewed though. I think he's very honest. I think he's very down to earth. You can tell he's a character. He's the kind of person, when you're in that situation and you're in the injury room thing, he's probably the right person to have injured with you, because he'll just make it really funny. He'll make jokes. He'll try and think. I think we all want Charlton to win. Yeah, definitely. But that'll be a tough game. I don't know what Charlton's away record is like. Let me have a look. By the way, whoever wants to find for the form of teams, I use something called the Fishery. It's actually a Grimby town site, but they do a really good League One form part of it, and it's really solid. So let's have a look away from home. So Charlton's away form is 9th. Ours is 8th, so they're just above us. Ipswich home form is 2nd. Our home form is 4th. Exeter's home form is 5th. Bolton's is 6th, and Plymouth is 7th. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Pato reads the game very well and can see things the player can't. He's very good at it. Yeah, he's very, very good. I like it. I think our situation will have been finalised before Derby match. I hope so. I really hope by the Derby match we're not having to go into the Derby County game again, because the PTSD from that day is still there. What's the latest with injuries and any other coming back? So Wilkes is out and probably not going to be back till Bristol Rovers. Reece James is possibly out for the season. Josh Windass, they're hoping to probably get him in training the end of this week, beginning of next, just to see how it is, just to make sure nothing's been aggravated. Byers is long term, it's hamstring, so they're taking their time with it. Awitway probably back sooner than later, probably Bristol Rovers, Exeter again. Michael Smith is now fit. Jack Hunter got a knock. No time frame on that. Deli Bashiru got a knock on his knee on the Oxford game, so could be back for this. Nothing really coming back yet. The only positive is that Wilkes doesn't look as bad at first thought. I think it's a case of just letting it calm down over the week. And the thing is, people will go, oh, why is it taking this long for it to heal? Or why is it doing this? It's very simple. Bodies heal at different ways. And I think if you have to heal it, your body heals in different ways. Lee, are you still in the chat? If you are still in the chat, make yourself known, please, mate, for me. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the injury... If we can get... I've literally already said that I think if we can get Windass back for Bristol Rovers or Exeter till the end of the season, we're golden. Just imagine Ipswich and the Plymouth game are over and we need a point for automatic losing 3-2 and Gregory scores an absolute screamer to get promoted. That'd be awesome. Hi, mate. How are you? Do you think it'll go down to the wire? Possibly, yes. But I'd rather just concentrate on our games. If we can do the business in our games, which is like the saying. Media saying Owls and other contenders on 95 points. Could go last day game of the season. We have the 2 refs. We have 2 refs for tomorrow. Lee, can you do me a favour, mate? Can you post your Eve Trust link for your GoFundMe, mate? for your charity. There's a charity game going at Doncaster Rovers. Lee is playing again. He played last year. He got to meet some good legends. I think it's Wednesday versus Liverpool, I want to say. I may have got that wrong. I know you posted it on your Facebook, mate. Lee Pierce. Have a look. Back shirt sponsor. I believe this is Lee's GoFundMe. So this is Lee's Evertrust link. Please go donate it for a very good cause. I will have to get Lee and Dan on to talk about it one day. Because Dan, who Dapper 18 had done it a couple of times as well. And you want to get this done because it's for a very good cause. They raise a lot of money. This is Lee's third occasion of doing it, and they're always good. It's for a really good cause, and I like people to donate to that, please, if you could, because it's a really good cause. I went to last year's game. I'm hopefully going for this year's game as well. So if you could donate to it, it would be great, because like the work they do is just, what can I say? The work they do is just great. It's Donny Legends versus Liverpool Legends. So hopefully they'll have some good Liverpool Legends on. It won't. What, this weekend game? No, this weekend game will not be on iFollow. It'll be, well, it'll be on iFollow if you do it a certain way, but it will not be on iFollow now because it's not a week game. The next iFollow game will be Bristol Rovers versus us away, and I believe Dex is doing a watch along on that one. I think there's a dexterity watch for that game. I can't see Plymouth beating Exeter or it's beating Barnsley. Ipswich, Barnsley could be the one that makes it. Plymouth is interesting though. I know you're saying you can't see Plymouth beating Exeter. You can't see Plymouth beating Exeter or Ipswich beating Barnsley, but it's interesting how it goes. Did Burton beat Barnsley? They did. I think they beat them like 3-1. Let me have a look. Burton. That's in records. I believe they beat them 3-1 at home as well. It was a bit of an upset. Where are they? And Burton form at the moment at home, they're 8th. They're quite good at home. Results. Yeah, they got beat 2-1 by Barnsley. So yeah. So could do tricky game. Yeah, very much so. Hey up, Kyle, how you doing, mate? Doing more watch along punts. Hopefully, yes, mate. What I'm probably going to be doing with the watch along, because I've had an idea for when the season's over, and hopefully we'll beat Exeter tomorrow. I kind of need Exeter to win, mate. And I like you being on my channel as well. I need Exeter to win. That's the problem. I've got really split loyalties this weekend with some of my mates. Windass, they haven't actually said, but I believe he'll be back for the Exeter game. I'm good, mate. How are you? You had a good week? If we win all our games, 99 points. Yep. Right, Dannington. Yeah, what I was saying. Watch alongs. I'm not doing the Bristol Rovers game, but I am tempted to do the League One and League Two League One playoffs games and final, and maybe the Championship final one, and do that. I do want to do more. I have got things in the pipeline that I want to do. It's how we're going to do it. Burton draw all over it. Possibly, mate, but the draw specialist last week beat Plymouth, so who knows? It was those things. You look at that game last week, you're thinking Lincoln are getting smashed. Kind of thing with how well Lincoln have been doing. But then it doesn't happen. So, yeah. They want the gum to win that. If I'm done, they want the gum to win. I'm done. Yeah, it's an interesting one. But we really want to do. Do you think James' injury will cost him a transfer? Not really, mate. I don't think he'll cost him a transfer. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It happens. Injuries happen. We've had them all season. Darren's already know what he's like as well. I thought they want gum to win. If I win that, that's it. I'm done. I think we're gonna win tomorrow, mate. Yeah, I think we will. As long as it's not us in the playoffs. Yeah, I'd rather not be in the playoffs. We've got 3 or 4 players coming back from injury for the extra game, so we'll be good for the rest of the season. I wish we had 3 or 4 players coming back from injury, Kyle. What's in the water down in Plymouth? Can we have some in Sheffield, please? That'll help. Our players need to bring their game for their last 5 games. They do. We need to be properly at it the last 5 games. If we can be properly at it the last 5 games, it'd be good. I think James was at centre mid because it worked, mate. I think James actually worked that position really well. Because you had Johnson and Palmer on the other side. So it gave you another option. To be fair, Lincoln smashed us and we were awful. If we play like that, we won't get top 2. Yeah, you looked poor, to be fair, Kyle. But you've had little games like that. Every team has injury. We seem to have more than most, mate. On paper, which game do you think are the hardest? You mean the run into the end of the season, Glenn, or in general? Who winning tonight, we think? Who playing tonight, mate? I'm out the loop. It's been half term. My issue is it's half term. I don't tend to get to do much watching of football and stuff. So who playing tonight? Please tell me. Who do we think? Who's winning tonight? Who do we think winning tonight? I don't know. I don't like doing prediction because they come back and bit me in the arse so many times this season. Oh, Norwich versus Middlesbrough. 2-1. Man City, Leicester. What games are there actually? Weekend on telly. What BT Sport got this week? Also, what's all your guys thought about the Premier League possibly taking it in house? The running. If you're going about running, Glenn, Plymouth and Ipswich have got the better running. Plymouth especially. Our running isn't great, but it's okay. But I think Plymouth is the better running to the end of the season. I think of the top 3, Ipswich would be best in players as sort of they should left us and Plymouth and got automatic. Yeah, it's weird with Ipswich. Ipswich should have been miles ahead by Christmas and it dropped off. It's weird. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Premier League doing it in-house. I think it's going to catastrophically fail. I think it's another subscription and Guy will have to then start properly having to hammer down the Guy and BT will have to start hammering down the EFL contracts to see who gets what, because if they take it in-house, it could be bad. I fancy Queen Park Ed to edge it over Hamilton Academic. It's gonna happen when players are going full whack. Yeah, that's the thing though. Games in hand came at a really bad point for us because players were just down. I think if Windass goes off in that Bolton game, doesn't get injured, you're probably looking at winning Forest Green, Cheltenham, and we're not talking about this. We're talking like it's already done. Shrewsbury away and Bristol Rovers away. Yeah, ours are tough. Ours are tough when it comes to our stuff. Is he injured though? I thought Danforth was injured, mate. Our game in hand is a hard game. We've got Bristol Rovers at home. That will be hard. I think the team who've got the worst running, to be fair, out of all of us, I don't think ours is the worst, but I think the worst one is that the fact that someone's got to play Barnsley to it. Pre-season plans are what I did during the summer, which is doing transfer speculations galore. Trying to get some preseason games if I can. My summer video content wise, everything's everything's set, but also up in the air all at the same time. It can be a weird summer because I've got a lot of things that I need to do. But a lot of transfer speculation pieces in the summer league. I just realised something, mate. I think I've got a picture of you on my computer. So I was at that E-Truck game. I think I got a picture of you scoring. Put up. Picture of you scoring, mate. I'll laugh if I have. Barnsley play Lincoln. That could be trouble. What's your plan for the summer for your channel, mate? Are you just getting to as many games as humanly possible? Anyway, have you got Derby? We do have Derby last game of the season, sadly. Kind of annoyed about it. I don't want to keep playing Derby. It gets annoying after a while. Especially since we're not that great when we play them. Luckily, not really the best day to say lucky. We need to play a little bit smarter when we play on next season. But the problem is they're gonna be really going for it this season as well, because they want to get playoffs and they need to start picking up points quickly. I definitely do ground. If you can convince your lad to go on some ground touring holidays, I'd do it. Say, hey, lass, we're gonna go here. What do you think about us going here? Oh yeah, what's there? This stadium. We should do a podcast in a pub like we talk about the 72. That would be good. Setting it up might be tricky, but we could easily do it. We just need to find a pub that'll let us. Find a pub that'll let us do the recording. That sounds like a plan. That'll be really good. Got a picture of Buxton injured. I think we'll do Derby. Probably. I can see it. We just got to be smart with how we play that Derby game, because it's always going to be interesting what we do against Derby, because we do not want to be in the position we were last time we played Derby, having to be a game where we need to do it. We still got players who are in the mindset, who were in that team, and you don't want players to be still with it. Yeah, we'll leave that to Dan to sort out. If we can find a pub, I'll definitely do it. That'd be good. If anything, I've got the equipment to do it. So if we wanted to, we just need to pick up all my equipment, set some cameras up, we're good to go. Especially if we're doing it 4. I've got 4 mics, so that's easy. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Some are going to be interesting. It can be a good end to the season, I hope. I'm wanting to take a little bit of time off once the season is done, but not too much, because I don't want to get killed out the algorithm. But it's been good. Well, I've been going for an hour and 1 minute. I'm going to go, and I've already eaten, so I'm going to go probably eat some more food because I'm hungry as hell still. But I'm going to go. Please, we need to sort this out before we play Derby. Yeah, I like to have it all sewn up by the time we get to Derby game, because I don't want to be leaving it the chance against Derby. They already know how we don't do well with that. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can get all 3 points tomorrow. Well, we need all 3 points tomorrow. Game going our favour. Well, thank you for watching. You guys and gals have been awesome as always. I'll see you in the next one, and there'll probably be a live stream some point next week around the same time. I may even do one in between, but I will tell people about it when it happens. Brilliant, like Jake, talk like Paul. See you later.